I'm pacing back and forth like a caged animal right outside the operation theater at a hospital. The double doors open and the doctor steps out, and I can hear my own heart pounding. He looks right at me and he says, "It's a boy." I take my baby in my arms and I kiss his forehead. This is the best moment of my life. Now I wonder, where is the user manual? You see, when you get a washing machine, they give you a user manual. You get a TV, they give you a user manual. But when you get a baby, they just hand him over to you and say, "Good luck. Come on." But right at this moment, I'm feeling something I never felt before. A fierce desire to protect my son, to prepare him for life. And right at that time, I'm thinking about my father. And suddenly I'm filled with guilt, sadness, anger, all at once. My father was 55 when he became a parent. He waited a long time for me, and he was a very controlling man. I remember I was 8 years old when I stood at my shop and we were talking. He said, "Son, your job is very simple. You're going to go to school, come back home, and you're going to work with me in the shop until 9 p.m. You are going to be under my direct supervision. Are we clear?" I didn't have the courage to say no, because if I did, I'd get a tight slap, or even worse, he would whack me on the back of my neck and my head would start spinning. My dad was a controlling man and I hated it. During dinner, at the dining table, he would ask a question like, spell extinguish, the spelling for the word extinguish, or you'd ask me to use the word quench in a sentence, and I couldn't quench my thirst until I answered such questions from him. I spent countless number of nights crying right at that dining table. Years later, I flunked my 12th. I was trembling in fear. That night, I remember I had the report card in hand. I stepped into the bedroom. I knew my father is going to be furious. I knew that my father is going to kill me. But I had to hand it over to him. When I did, he didn't utter a word. The following day, he made me enroll into not one but two different computer courses. One for basics and the other one was for web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript and VB script. I am a creative guy, and all this logical nonsense made no sense to me, but it was my father's way of punishing me because I flunked my 12th standard. My father was controlling my life and I hated it. He would make me ride my bicycle 15 kilometers every month to collect rent from the tenants. He owned a house. At that time, there was no phone, so I had to go there. When I went there, they may be at home or they may not be, or even if they did, they may not have the money. So I had to set clear expectations. I'd negotiate with them. I would plead with them to ensure that they have the rent on that date every month so that I don't have to make multiple trips. My dad was controlling my life and I hated it. My father had one last wish. He wanted me married. We searched for a bride for 3 full years. Apparently, nobody was impressed with this. And my father passed away. When my father died, I felt relieved. Today, as I held my son in my arms, all these memories came flooding back in, and something inside of me switched. There was a shift in my mind. And I realized the truth. Here's the truth. My father was micromanaging me because he didn't want me in the bad company. I remember when I was in high school, some of my classmates had already started to smoke and drink and all of that, but I never felt the need to do it. One, not because my father would beat me up, which was also the case, but my father was not only telling me what to do and what not to do, but he was actually living as an example. He never smoked, never had alcohol or any other vices. So when I grew up looking at him or watching him, I realized that there is no need for all of that. I'm 44 years old today and I've never had a cigarette or smoke in my life. I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life. My father is a kind of a role model from that perspective. Today I'm able to stand or sit in front of you right now, and I'm able to use the power of words to connect with you at a very human level. It's possible only because my father made me work hard every night at that dining table. My father wasn't controlling my life, he was preparing me for life. Today, I teach thousands of people how to use technology in marketing, sales, and leadership. Without my father's encouragement to learn computers back then, I wouldn't have a career today. During pandemic, my business tumbled. I didn't have any training opportunities at all. And during those tough times, it was my father's property which earned me the rental income, saved my day. That helped me survive the pandemic. My dad wasn't controlling my life, he was preparing me for life. And I was stupid not to see all of that for those many years until I became a father myself. Today, when I held my son in my hand, I truly understood my father. Dad, you're not alive today, but I know you're watching me from up above. Here's what I want to tell you. Dad, I'm sorry. I sorely misunderstood you. I love you, and I truly miss you. I will do everything in my power to protect and prepare my son for life, even if he hates me, because that's what good fathers do. And I now know you were a good father to me. Contest Master. Oh, by the way, this was my International Speech Contest 2026 speech. I've been working a lot in the field of storytelling, especially personal storytelling, which is very dear to my heart. I failed terribly in this international speech contest, and that's okay. I'm still learning. So when I compare myself as a speaker last year versus what I am today, I've evolved a lot. And there's a lot of unlearning that happened in the past few months, or even close to a year. I've been learning from different masters in public speaking and storytelling. And when there is this unlearning that happens and relearning that I'm doing right now, it will take some time. I cannot expect to win right from the get-go. These are some of the things that I'm going through, and it's okay. I enjoyed my international speech contest. There were some challenging times, like the microphone wouldn't work on both occasions, and it was disheartening. But it's okay. I'm learning, and there's always next year. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. This is CM Manjunath signing off. Bye-bye.